Yeah, hi, good morning, high school. So, in the last class, we have seen about how to find manually the values of sine and the cosine trigonometric function. So, we did like 0 to 1, 4, 0 to 4, and got this value. As I told you that we'll go to the some more higher trigonometric ratios. Today, we are going to see how we can calculate the tan using the same table. What is a tan basically? Tangent is nothing but the sine over cosine. Tan is not the original form, it is a ratio of sine and cosine. So to get the values of the tangent, you are going to divide them. So 0 divided by 1 is 0. 1 by 2 divided by square root of 3 by 2. So what will happen? The 2 and 2 will be cancelled and you are left with 1 by square root of 3, which if you can write it in the calculator, it will give you in a standard form root 3 over 3. Likewise, the third one, 2 square root everything get cancelled and we will get 1. And here 2 and 2 will get cancelled and you will get square root of 3. And 1 by 0 is undefined, so it is infinite. So this sine and cosine are the main, the main trigonometric function. From that you can find all rest of the all three trigonometric function. Okay, so we're doing the tan today, but just dividing it. So either you can use 1 by square root over 3 or you can use root 3 over 3. Both of them are same. So basically we will take for the higher calculation root 3 over 3. Okay. Now we'll keep this table to find the exact values. Before going to the exact values, I want to just tell you that as you know about the coordinates, somebody was asking me, sir, what are the coordinates? Basically, the coordinate axis has been divided into 4 equal parts, and each part is called the quadrant. And the first quadrant is between 0 to 90. We go anti-clockwise. 0 to 90 is your quadrant 1, and 90 to 180 is your quadrant 2, and 180 to 270 is your quadrant 3, and 270 to 360 is your quadrant 4. One more thing you have to know, that this quadrant, okay, has been assigned, one part of the quadrant is assigned to one specific trigonometric ratio. Okay, so how to remember which part belongs to which quadrant? You can easily remember with the rule that all students take the class online. All students take the class. All students take the class. In this simple way, you can remember this exact position of the trigonometric function. So what is A represent? A represent that this area belongs to all the 6 trigonometric functions. So this is a common area for all of them. Sine, cosine, tan, all of them can be positive in this region. The second quadrant, it belongs to sine. Third quadrant, it belongs to tan. And the fourth quadrant, it belongs to cosine. What is the possibility? Like what is the use that sine is in the second quadrant? If I am finding the sine value which belongs to the second quadrant, the sine value will be positive. If I am finding sine value in any other, like third and the fourth quadrant, because as this does not belong to the sine, it will be negative. So if I am calculating any angle in his own region, it will be positive. If I am finding its value in some other region, it will be negative. So not only the sine, the reciprocal of the sines also, the reciprocal of sine is cosec, and the reciprocal of cosine is secant, and the reciprocal of tan is cotangent. So they have divided the coordinate plane, and some trigonometric function take one region, and if they belong to the own region, they will be positive. So this is one of the important part you have to know at the end to give the exact value signs. Is it positive or negative? Now we are going to take the main task, where you are going to find the exact values. And I mentioned with some of the steps. You have to follow this steps to get the exact value of the trigonometric function, all manually. Okay, without any calculator. Very first thing what you're going to do is changing the radian. The angle is given minus 4 pi by 3, which is in radians to degrees. And you very well know that to change any angle from radians to degrees, we have to multiply with 180 over pi. So what will happen? The pi and pi will be cancelled. You have 180 over 3 is 60. So this will give me negative 240. So the very first step is, if you're finding the exact value in a radiant angle, to change the radians to degrees. And I change the radian to degree by multiplying 180 over pi, minus 240. The next step is change the negative angle to the positive angle. And you know that by using the coterminal, we can change any negative angle into positive angle. So if it is negative angle, we add 360, and that will give me 120. 120. This is the second step, change the negative angle to positive angle. The third step is find the reference. 120, it belongs to which quadrant? It belongs to second quadrant. So we are going to take the reference angle rule for the second quadrant, which is 180 minus the angle. So we are going to have 180 minus 120, which is 60. So whatever the angle given, we are trying to reduce the angle to the reference angle, because this will help us to use our manual table. So in our manual table, we have values only till 90. So we don't want any angle to be more than 90. To bring them less than 90, we need to find the reference angle. Now we got 60. So what I'm going to do in the next step, I am going to change my main question into its reference angle. And just now I got the reference angle as 60. Okay, and you know it very well that by using the table, I can find the exact value of sine 60, which is root 3 by 2. The final solution is root 3 by 2. Okay, this is the final value. Now we want to check this whole thing is happening in which quadrant. Everything is happening in the positive angle, which we find in our reference angle. We said that we got the positive angle at the quadrant 2. So the whole calculation is happening in quadrant 2. Okay, so now we will check, is this quadrant 2 is belongs to sine or not. If it belongs to sine, the quadrant 2, yes, it belongs to sine. So sine is in the quadrant 2. So what we can say that the final solution of sine minus 4 pi by 3 is going to be positive root 3 by 2, because it belongs to its own region. Quadrant 2 is for the sine. So it will be positive. If it is not, like it is in the third quadrant and we are calculating the sine, the third quadrant does not belong to sine. So what you have to do for the final solution, we keep the same final solution but take the sign as negative. Okay, just have a quick check how to find the exact value when the angles are in radians. If the angles are negative, the radiant, first change the radians to degrees by multiplying 180 over pi. We got some angle, negative 240. Then change the negative angle to positive angle by using coterminal at 360. We got positive angle. Then the positive angle, we will check it is in which quadrant, then we find its reference. Then we are going to change the whole sine angle into the reference angle. And by using the table, we can find the sine 60 is root 3 by 2. And the last step, we check is the quadrant 2 belongs to the sine, and where we get the quadrant 2 from our reference. So quadrant 2, yes, it belongs to the sine. So our final solution will be positive. Okay, hope the idea is clear. Watch the video carefully and then proceed to the worksheet. Thank you.